Hi, I'm Nancy, the Kentucky Garden Gal. I'm coming to you from South Central Kentucky. We are a Zone 7. I live in an 1880 Folk Victorian where I have been gardening for the last 27 years. My grandmother taught me the love of gardening. It's my passion and I want to share that with you. I have my small city lot absolutely packed full. Backyard chickens, trees, shrubs, perennials, a koi pond, even a secret garden. So let's get started on this week's vlog. Hello fellow gardeners and welcome back to Kentucky Garden Gal. I'm Nancy and today we are going to be getting some free plants. I know you're thinking, what in the world is she talking about? So one way that we can get free plants is by finding a gardener and getting a piece, a slip, a share, whatever you want to call it, of their plant that you're wanting to add into your garden. So today I have a fellow gardener that's coming over and there's I think 4 things that he wants out of my garden. So I thought I would take you along and show you how we do this and how we divide it and if there's any tricks or anything like that. But before I get started, let me just say that if we wanted a perfect day for gardening in South Central Kentucky, it is today. It is an absolutely gorgeous day. I'm so thankful for that. And I'm also so thankful that we have had so many new subscribers come onto the channel. So welcome everyone. I'm really glad that you're here. I hope that you're learning. I hope that you're growing something. So getting back to our video, the 2 tools that we'll use today will be the root slayer and, see if I can hold this up, the shovel root slayer. So that's what we're going to be using today. These 2 tools will have a pair of gloves, of course. But that's all it takes, and my friend will be leaving with some great free plants, or pass-along plants, whatever you want to call them. So let's get started. So the first plant that we are going to divide is a Hosta. Are you able to see the Hosta? And I'm going to take my shovel, and I can see right there, there's a good division, so just going to go down, cut through the roots, and I also want to mention that we waited until we had a really good rainfall so that it would be easier for us and easier on the plants to dig up. I think I just tore a leaf off, but that's okay. So there it is. This is the bulb, these are the roots, and we just popped it right out. So there's plenty of roots that this plant will, when Junior plants it, it'll survive. And remember that perennials, it's going to take them 3 years to really get settled in and be as big as they and as beautiful as they're going to be. He brought along some buckets for each one, so we'll just drop that down in there. And then I'll work on the second one. And if you want to get in here, Junior, and see, you can see where to put your shovel.
Where to divide it, yep.
Yeah, see that one right there?
Yep.
We're going to snatch that one next.
Let me put my big foot on it?
No, there's actually some rocks in here from where this used to be a driveway. So, of course, I have to get the rocks.
Oh, you got it there?
Yep, there it went.
And notice Nancy has a root slayer shovel.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I've already showed him that. So if you were at Lowe's, this would be about, and you can just tear that off, it broke. If you were at Lowe's, this would be about $12 per plant. So we're just going to dig Junior a whole bucket of hostas, and it'll thin mine out. They were too close on the sidewalk, so it helps both of us out. All right.
Oh, good.
And the plant. Okay. So what I wanted to show you, I just dug this one up, and there's actually 4 plants. 1, 2, well, there's 5. 3, 4, 5. So you can actually you can plant it like this. You could plant this one right here and it would live fine. There's enough roots on there that it would be fine. But if it's really hard, you can take a knife and split these. Actually, we can do it with the root slayer. But anyways, so yeah, there's a whole bunch of little ones in that one clump there. Okay. That I'm gonna get Junior a piece of is the Shamrock plant, and I also forgot to mention, of course, hostas grow better in a shady area. This plant, same thing, it loves to be in the shade. So this has a little bit different root structure. And the way these grow is this little rhizome right there. So that's what you're looking for, is a little rhizome. And every one, like the tops came off of this, but you could plant this in the ground. You could even divide it and you would have plenty of shamrocks.
Oh.
So yeah, it's these little rhizomes right here.
Isn't that
That's what you're looking for.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Why do you turn it off now if you want to? But see how easy that is?
Mm-hmm. Just pops right out.
Yeah. Sure does. Not hard at all.
You will have shamrocks everywhere.
You will definitely have plenty of shamrocks.
Yeah, and they'll go back and fill up where you dug them out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. So the next plant that we are going to get for Junior is a cleome or a cleome, and you can see the little seeds right here. These things spread, they volunteer like crazy, and since it just rained, literally all I have to do is just pull it up, and right there is its root.
Well, that's
So
simple enough.
We'll just fill a bucket, and then you will have a start of your very own cleome. And I'll get rid of some of the ones that have taken over up here. So that works out good for both of us, doesn't it?
Yeah, you get to thin out, and I get to attract butterflies.
Yeah. But of course you don't want the weeds. Take those out, but
Oh, that's gonna be
and
That's
this
gonna
has
be
got
pretty.
a butterfly vine on it, or hummingbird
Oh,
vine on it.
hummingbird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there's your cleome.
There we go.
It's that simple. Yep.
Well, that's simple enough to get out.
Isn't it though?
That was good to wait till they had all that rain.
Oh, I know. That just made it so much easier.
And they like shade too.
You know, I've got them in sun and shade.
Sun and shade, okay.
Mhm.
I was thinking putting some of those where we want to do our butterfly and bee.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. And you see how tall these
Oh yeah, they
are,
get.
so just kind of keep that in mind. But I wanted to come in here and get these will actually pull out
Right.
and clean this sidewalk off. Now, I want to show you something really cool. These things will even grow in between the sidewalks.
See that?
Look at that. This is an oak-leaf hydrangea that grew in here.
Well.
Look at that. So I'm just going to give it a little tug and see if I can get it out without tearing it up, but it is a good oak-leaf hydrangea root.
Yeah. It's determined it wanted to grow.
There it is.
There we go.
That is an oak-leaf hydrangea, and it was just growing in the window box.
Window box.
Yep, so there you go. Right,
That worked out pretty good. Okay.
So the next plant that we're going to get Junior a piece of is an oak-leaf hydrangea, and this is a shrub. So this is going to be just a little bit harder to dig up, but I've seen a really good piece that's come around on the side of my porch, and I really don't want it there, so I'm going to see if I can get this piece out for him. And there's some roses back here, so I'm having to kind of be careful and not get into the roses. I think it's moving.
It's moving.
Yep.
You got your daddy calling.
That's okay. We'll get on back.
Oh, look at you. You got it.
It's rocking.
You got it.
It's rocking and a rolling. Oh, let me get back in here and see what I can do. Get this root.
Oh yeah, you got it.
And sometimes, once you get it dug out all the way around,
There it comes.
you can pull it out.
There
So
we go.
this is an excellent oak-leaf hydrangea. It's huge.
Yes, it is.
And we have more if you want more.
Yeah.
Okay, you go turn it on. So the next plant that we're going to work on is a rutabaga or black. Just grown and it's fallen over the driveway. So this plant, you can start this in two ways. You can collect the seeds, which are right here in the pods when these dry out, and you can plant those. Or you can do like I'm getting ready to do, and you can dig it out. When you're taking a plant out, what you basically want to do is go all the way around your plant and loosen the dirt up, and you want to get as much dirt with the roots as you possibly can. That's always better for your plants. There that one comes out. Let's see what it looks like.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
So you can plant this as one whole plant, or you can come in and you can cut this up into sections, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 10 plants in there. And this time of year, when you go to plant something like this, I would go ahead and cut the flowers off. You can save the seeds, but that way it can put all of its effort and energy into forming new roots in its new home. Find a good place to start. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to gather for Junior, these are red presidential cannas, and they normally are much taller with big red flowers, and for whatever reason, this was not a good season for us for the cannas. So these, they didn't spread much, they didn't bloom, they didn't do well. And the same with my banana trees. My banana trees are usually much larger, and I have even gotten bananas at the end of the season in the past. So there was just something about this year that the tropicals didn't quite like the weather. So let's get started on digging up some cannas. And this is what you're looking for here. This actually cut off, but it's got enough roots on it that I think it might be just fine.
Popped out easy enough.
Yep. So in this section, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cannas.
Right.
So you can plant that as a whole clump, or you can divide it however you want your cannas to grow.
All right.
So the last thing that we're going to get for Junior, and I'm probably going to have to let him dig it up, I'll try, but I don't know if I can, is this grass. And someone actually gave me a start of this grass, and it has just grown and grown and grown. It gets a little bit bigger every year. But the reason I like to have the grass in my gardens is because when it rains, it gives the butterflies a place to go. So let me see if I can get any of this out for you, Junior.
All right. Look at you.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a piece.
Yeah, look at you. Well, let me come in there and see if I can pull it. I'll give you this.
We're going to take it off.
All right.
I knew this was going to be a tough one. So Junior's kind of taken over on the grass, and it probably would be easier if we cut it back, like waited until the very end of the season and cut it off, and then we could really get in between the shoots with our shovel. But since he's here, we decided to go ahead and grab some. Looks like he's just about got it. Is it coming?
Oh yeah. Just gotta get around it. Like you were talking about, kinda gotta cut it around.
Yeah. That root shovel really helps because it gets down in there. So there is a clump of grass, and You have really got multiple
Multiples.
pieces there. Yeah, so we'll carry all this back around in the shade and then we'll talk some more about the plants. So this is a look at everything that we dug up, and it may have taken us an hour, but we took our time. And we have got hostas, cleome, oakleaf hydrangeas, black-eyed Susans, canna lilies, grass, and our little purple shamrocks are right there. So look at all the free plants that I'm able to give my friend, and it took us, like I said, maybe an hour. You can't even tell it's been taken out of my garden. There's so much. But I encourage you to pass along to fellow gardeners and help them get started with their plants. And I appreciate everybody for watching this video. I appreciate you being here. I hope you've learned something. And happy gardening.